Show with Martin and Xavier. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide. Known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks now, he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations with the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff, so buckle up and get ready. Cause this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier is live. Roll Tide, roll!
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier on this Thursday edition. We are powered by Box Eye Care as we are each and every day. Got a little recruiting news to talk about. I'm going to continue to talk about Alabama and how they can right their ship as they get ready for the college football playoffs, as the game against Oklahoma is now just 8 days away. Talk about Ryan Grubb. Talk about Kalen DeBoer and why his name is constantly brought up in these rumors of big-time schools. Even when there doesn't seem to be any fire, there's always smoke. Is it because people want to see Alabama fall apart? Is it because people want to see a post-Coach Bryant era, post-Coach Stallings era of Alabama in constant turmoil? We'll get into that and more.
Good morning, maniacs. Good morning, listening, viewing, and chatting audience. We're glad to be with you. As Xavier said, it is the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, powered by the good folks over at Box Eye Care. Box Eye Care, Daniel Box and his team have the largest inventory, in-house inventory right there in West Alabama, Tuscaloosa, West Alabama, as well as have an in-house lab so they can get you in and out in most cases in that hour or so. So go check them out. Tell them that Martin Houston told you to stop by to check out the eye care services, vision care, laser care, and all the other ancillary services that they offer. Go to boxeyecare.com. Remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time to get to know someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. All right, X, kind of crazy. I guess it's a toss-up Thursday because we have more stuff happening outside of Alabama football. But Coach DeBoer, if you're listening, thanks to the unfortunate incident at Michigan, can talk about that if we want. Coach out. And now our coach name mentioned right there. If you're listening, Coach, I know sometimes it don't sound like it on these talk shows, but we appreciate you. Most programs that come off of a dynasty like Alabama, they go the other direction. And we're still relevant. We were in the conversation last year, and we let Oklahoma sneak up and get us. We were in the conversation for being a top 4 seed, and we let Oklahoma sneak up and get us. You have a chance next Friday to redeem all of that, right? X. Does next Friday, if Alabama beats Oklahoma and moves on to play Indiana, does that redeem the last 2 years? By the way, Alabama's only 5-2-1 against Oklahoma. So it's not like any coach has had this outstanding success against that other team that wears close to crimson. I forget what they call it. But here's the thing, X. The Michigan situation, bad news. I hate it. But our coach is going to be mentioned. He's going to be mentioned in every job opening. Some of it because some of it is to just create uncertainty, I think, around Alabama. I think the board has created the desire to have him as a coach, but I also think Alabama hatred has also created that. So
100%, because it'll be the same people that go, yeah, we look. The board's ruining Alabama. Look what he's done since Saban's left. He can't keep the standard. But then those same people will go, oh, man, he'd be great at Penn State. He'd turn Penn State around immediately. He'd be great at Michigan. He's number one. He should be number one on there. Wait, if he can't succeed at Alabama, which is a bigger brand and a better brand than both of those schools, why would you think he can succeed? Oh, you know he can do something here, and you want him gone so Alabama don't get back on top too fast. Gotcha.
Yeah. Bam Bam 72 said any Bama fan that wanted the board to hit the road needs to seek a mental evaluation. So there you go. Let me see. Rodrigo, and then Coach for a second. Oh, he talking about the Michigan situation. Just can't get right, even with Jim Harbaugh gone. Rodriguez Carlisle, Coach Moore replying to him. I said the same thing when I saw this story last night. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know all
the wildest stories I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of details out there, and I don't know the whole story, so I don't like to talk too much about it. And then also in this type of situation, there's a couple families impacted, so and a whole bunch of football players. So praying for that to all work out, especially if this part about potential murder-suicide type of thing, man. That's you don't run out there just flapping your gums when it gets that serious.
Yeah.
So let's pray for him, her, and all of those kids impacted. I understand that he failed, he sinned, he made a mistake from a Christian standpoint, but our job isn't always to shoot the wounded. Grace, mercy, and God's love and glory. But for the grace of God, there go Martin. So, but I still call it out and say, hey, do what's right. But I don't want to get too far into the specifics of the story, X.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and because not everything's been fully vetted and verified from that standpoint, it is a lot of craziness.
Yeah, I saw one national person actually say that he got arrested because of the age, and I'm like, dude, you taking a big chance with your with your reputation when you don't know why he got detained. So,
yeah. No, I mean the whole situation is crazy, and I'm more concerned about his wife and kids and those players, especially all of those 17, 18-year-olds who just signed, not even that did sign just a week ago to go play there. And because, Simeon was the one that brought it to our attention. I thought, oh, it was because he's probably a stopgap, kind of like Shula was. They were in a little bit of trouble, lost a few things, and so it's over. They didn't really do anything his 2 years and move on. And then, of course, as the story came out, it just got a little crazier with each
it kept
each
getting
passing
crazy.
moment.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get Robert on this side to break. Robert, you're in with Martin and Xavier on the hotline. What's on your mind?
That's going to make you a really bad modern-day media person there, Martin. You keep waiting for more facts and evidence. Make evaluation.
That's true.
You won't be able to do well on the podcast, but that makes you a good honest.
Hey, listen, Robert, and I recognize that, but you're so right. So many people, they just want to get that click or be the first to break something, and they
100% wrong.
And the crazy part is when they break it, they won't go back and apologize for when they're wrong.
Nope. They'll bury it on page 5 or back when people actually still read newspapers.
Right.
It'll get buried on page 5 or whatever, the correction, but the damage will be on page 1.
That's right.
Yeah. I always say you can't hate the modern media enough, and I just don't. Going back to DeBoer, it's awfully weird, like you guys said. Well, if you can't make it to Alabama, why should you make it other places? Now, one thing reason he would want to leave is every other conference is easier to win in than the SEC. Every single one, without exception. That can be quite attractive. You don't have to go. You don't have that 4-game, 5-game stretch of ranked teams, or even if they're unranked, they're still pretty good. They can beat you.
Hey, Robert.
In the Big Ten.
Stop right there. I'm sorry. You about to say something?
Yeah. And I agree with Robert to a certain extent, but Robert, you're Alabama in the SEC, not Ole Miss, not Auburn. But if you're gonna go to the Big Ten, where these other two, you're behind, especially Penn State. You're behind Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Oregon, just off of that, and then even Michigan because of what's been going on the last couple of years, and especially now, where do they drop to in that list of schools?
Hey, guys, Robert, this is such a good point. I don't want to shortchange you because of break, so I want you to hold that thought, maybe even repeat what you were going to say on the other side, because. Okay. Because I want us to, because man, you bring up such a good point on this. So I'm gonna get you to repeat that on the other side when we come back out the break, because I have some thoughts on it. X has some thoughts on it. I'm sure our listening audience does as well. We're talking about DeBoer and why it may seem attractive for him to leave. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your thankful Thursday. Not so thankful for this accident we already had early this morning on Lurleen Wallace southbound before 15th Street. That's right there at 11th Street, actually. But you do have a serious crash. Traffic is being diverted or directed around the accident area. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by SuperSure.
Payments from $199 a month and up to $6,500 off select Nissan models, only at Townsend Nissan. Lifetime warranty, free oil changes, and a pre-approval with no impact to your credit. TownsendNissan.com.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
Did you know that 90% of the lawyers you see or hear advertised aren't even in Alabama? Just think about that. I used this guy, Stephen Mesrano, twice because he did what no other lawyers could do. He won for me, and he can win for you. Mez wins.
Thanks, guys. I'm attorney Stephen Mesrano, and I win. Call me, 205-800-8000, and let me fight for you. And when you call, you'll actually talk to me. 205-800-8000. I've got this.
No representations made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Alabama football is back, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Crimson Tide. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Sold in stadium and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They've moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Mostly sunny and colder today, the high at 49. Mostly fair tonight, the low 34. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny and warmer, the high 60. And for Saturday, we stay dry, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, the high 57. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 37 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
All right,
take a look at the
Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I want you to go ahead and listen to me. If you are out there and you're looking to grow, invest in your team, invest in yourself individually, and you want to start 2026 off to a great start, then you need to join the Empowerment Leadership Series powered by Live to Lead on January 27th at the Bryant Comfort Center or February 28th at the Synergic Center. You can come be inspired and encouraged and entertained and invested in by the likes of John C. Maxwell, the #1 leadership guy in the world, Jesse Cole, the owner of Savannah Bananas and the inventor of Banana Ball, Tiffany Bova, former Salesforce and thought leader, Craig Rochelle, pastor of one of the largest churches in the United States of America. You have Anthony Trucks, former NFL player. Yeah, it's so much to get to. Also, Valerie Burton will be there, a coach and resilience coach there. So lots of great content. We'll have local speakers, myself being one of them. go to martinhouston.org/live to lead. Or if you can't remember that, just martinhouston.org, click the Live to Lead tab, and you can register there. All right. Get the word out. And by the way, if you go ahead and register before the end of the year, use Empower, EMPOWER 2026. You get a 20% discount off of the regular pricing. So go get that early bird special today. Robert, you're in. Pick back up where you left off, man, for the listening audience that just joined us.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you can see why it would be attractive to the board. Again, you play a Big Ten schedule. Here's the Big Ten schedule, Michigan schedule of this year versus an Alabama schedule of this year. Say you take the same team, you take all of the board's players right now, put them in Michigan. Let's run that schedule for the year. I guarantee you, Tyson, we're not talking about a bunch of beat-up players. As many beat-up players at the end of the season as we are right now. With probably and most likely a better record and an easier path to the playoffs. That is extremely attractive, especially the way the playoff committee is looking like they're doing things these days. It's just winning.
Yeah.
They finally took strength of schedule into account, but it sure took them a long time to do it. Versus, all you got to do is win.
And here's what I say. I agree on a lot of that. And Jacob Powell brings up a great point. Robert, listening audience. He says Michigan will be able to go after a big name and pay big because now they have a fired coach. Me saying the fired coach piece. They don't have to worry about a contract buyout because I'm sure they had some type of morality clause that nullifies his buyout. Here's and Robert, I agree with you, but let me tell you why I do not think – I think there's other coaches that would be in similar situations. Kirby's out because he is an alumni of his school, and he's the dynasty, whether people want to like it, love it or not. Here's what Alabama was, 18, 19, 17, 16 years ago. Here's the thing, though. By the way, congratulations to the GOAT, Coach Nick Saban. What do people still say about Nick Saban? Even though he is the greatest coach in college football, they still say he couldn't cut it as a coach in the NFL, so he left. The greatest coach at our level, at college level, still gets dogged. People will still bring that up. If DeBoer were to leave, no matter how much success he has anywhere else, he would be dogged because he left, and it would be said that he couldn't cut it at Alabama. That's why he's not going. I mean, I'm not saying that's not the only reason, but that would be said. But I think Coach DeBoer, don't let his quiet personality fool you. I think the guy is a competitor. I think that sports background, he just has a different way of presenting his competitiveness, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he has to be a competitor. I mean, you can't get that level unless you are one. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he'll go, but I can understand the attractiveness of it. There is something there to make it attractive.
Hey, Robert, remember, he's not saying this, they're saying it. So what you just did was give him – that would be – if I was the AD at Michigan, Xavier, that's my sales pitch. I'm calling the coach DeBoer and going, hey, listen, you could come up here and you could dominate. You could literally dominate. I believe your style is more suited. I wouldn't say that our conference is weaker. I would sell it in your style is more suited to be successful here than it is in the SEC. So here's a question that came up, Robert, and I'll let you respond and let X respond, and then we got to get to another caller. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, X, we talked about Notre Dame being independent. We talked about what would happen if the world – in the college world, if Alabama became an independent. But let's think about this. Y'all know how they have allowed Notre Dame to be independent and stay out there and be cooking. How many playoffs or conversations would James Franklin would have had Penn State in if they had had the same record outside of the conference? Let this sink in. How many times did James Franklin come in second to Ohio State or Michigan?
Yep.
If he was an independent with that same record, how many playoffs or top 5 teams would he have had? If he could have just taken the Big Ten the way Notre Dame does the ACC and cherry pick which Big Ten teams he played, left Ohio State and Michigan off of it, what would they be?
Yep.
So that's why when you argue to me about Notre Dame, I'm like, forget you, man. They cherry pick their schedule.
Yeah, they do. Well, the shift gears, since I guess you shift the gears, which is fine. I kind of wanted to shift on that for a second too. I was talking with people at my job about, Alabama doesn't deserve. Alabama doesn't deserve. And number one, the deserve part, it's semantics. If you don't know, deserve is up to opinion. Now, in my opinion, deserving is, okay, so you're saying Alabama can't win a single playoff game against any other top 12 teams, right? Or top of the rest of 11 teams, right? Of course they can. I'm looking for them to beat Oklahoma. I said, now, James Madison, Tulane, probably you wouldn't bet them on against any of the other teams. There's your not deserving. But if Alabama can beat one of these any of these top 11 teams, then you can't say they don't deserve it. You may not agree with how they got in there and the criteria, but deserve, it's like, okay, so you saying they can't beat these teams? Well, if you think they can, then you say they don't deserve it.
Robert, how are they defining deserve? Are they saying Are they saying Notre Dame should be? Are they saying Notre Dame should be in front of Alabama?
Yes, of course. Everybody.
Okay.
Yes, they think Notre Dame.
You missed it yesterday. I pointed out if the season ended, if there's no way to create a level playing field in college football, period. No. Okay, let's be real. No. All conferences built different, X. Need you to respond. I want you to respond here. Listen to this. But one thing you could do is end the season after the regular season.
Yeah.
Okay. Now everybody will be on the same playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what. Yes.
Now, if that were the case, if everybody played a championship game that was in the top 12, then fine. But since everybody doesn't, and independents can get voted in, you should end the season then. That's where the 12 teams should be decided.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, and you go, how do you do that? James Madison, whoever they were playing, Troy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Tulane in North Texas should be, if you're going to put the conference champion in, they should be online at 11 and 12, all 4 teams, right? Everybody else should be in, not seeded.
Right.
The other 10 teams, whoever you think, if you thought Notre Dame was better at the end of the regular season, they're in. If you think Miami's better, they're number 10. Alabama's number 9. The championship games should go toward affecting seeding, not whether you make the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely. So if you vying for commissioner of college football,
if you take that, Alabama and Notre Dame, you're not arguing about Alabama shouldn't be in. Alabama played an extra game. What if Notre Dame had to play that week? That week and lost, X?
Against Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm tired of losing.
A team that you beat.
It don't make sense. Yeah. when you break it down from that standpoint, it's a catch-22. Teams that don't play also shouldn't get a benefit from not playing. That's the other side of the coin. Why did Miami get to move up? Why did Notre Dame? You see, like Miami finished 4th in their conference, and they're in the playoffs. 4th.
But where would Notre Dame have finished?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
And Notre Dame didn't even have to do anything. Like they were good, and now they got a clause that says, "Hey, you gotta vote us. You gotta put us in if
next year
they go 9-3.
Next year they are in if they're the 12th ranked team.
I hope they go 9-3.
One more thing before I go, the NFL is giving college football a great blueprint of how to do. I know you don't want to look exactly like them, but there's a reason why it works in the NFL. I mean, we benchmark in my industry. If something works, do it. I mean, all right, well, hey, that works for them. Let us do the same thing. Whatever. All right, guys. Thanks for letting me ramble too.
All right.
X, take it, man. We got to get the break.
Hey, when we come back on the other side, we'll get back on the phone lines. But don't forget, we got a smidge of recruiting news as well as we're going to talk about Ryan Grubb. And is it him? Is it us? Is it both? There's a lot to talk about Ryan Grubb in this offense. We'll get into that more on the other side. This is the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We'll be back.
Long boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that'll talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your thankful Thursday. Not so thankful for this accident we already have early this morning on Lurleen Wallace southbound before 15th Street. That's right there at 11th Street, actually. But you do have a serious crash. Traffic is being diverted or directed around the accident area. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Outlets sparking, lights are glowing. Don't do it yourself, or you'll be glowing. Call Taylor Electric. We do it all. Taylor Electric, give the Boschman a call.
Merry Christmas from all of us here at Taylor Electrical.
The Town Square Media Big Buck Contest is back October 15th through February 10th. There will be an open range division winner, youth division winner, overall winner, and weekly winners. Each winner will receive sponsor prizes. Take your buck to be scored at Hicks Taxidermy on 69 North in North Fork, just before Carroll's Creek Baptist Church. Sponsored by Mary's Travel Center, Riverside Feed and Seed, Hamage Rack and Reel, Cypher Supply, Banks and Company of Hardware, Stephen Fikes Allstate, B&B Transmission, Primetime Men's Clinic, South Spidas Roofing, and Cajun Bistro.
Whether you're a working professional or an active dad, Gameday Men's Health in Tuscaloosa offers convenient expert back care for all men looking to feel and perform their best. They specialize in testosterone therapy, ED, weight loss therapy, and peptide therapy. Their easy, 3-step personalized treatment plan will get you on the right track to feeling and performing better. All you have to do is stop by Gameday Men's Health at 1013th Street East in Tuscaloosa for a free consultation.
Oh, Christmas tray, you brighten every party. Hot chicken fingers fresh each day, and house-made sauces on display. Oh, Christmas tray, oh, Christmas tray.
Foosackly's holiday trees are packed with hot, hand-battered chicken fingers and pints of our famous house-made sauces. Please any crowd with the easiest party upgrade of the season. Order at foosackleys.net or the Foo app.
For delicious meals, you could go out to eat or spend hours in the kitchen. Or you could just make a Marie Callender's meal. Yeah, you heard me. Marie Callender's classic chicken parmigiana bowl is delicious. with scratch-made marinara sauce, creamy mozzarella cheese, and no preservatives. It's high in protein with 30 grams per serving. Marie Callender's, what having it all tastes like.
Find the most wonderful gifts at Macy's Friends and Family Sale with incredible deals on our best brands like Donna Karan, Avec Les Filles, Calvin Klein, and more, all at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off beauty and fragrance from Lancôme, Clinique, and Yves Saint Laurent. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star Money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Ends tonight, only at Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports Xavier Houston.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Welcome back into the
Jingle
Martin
bells
Houston Show with Martin Xavier on this Thursday edition. And I just want to take a second because I just looked at something. Michigan knew about this before last Wednesday. Michigan knew about this before National Signing Day. And they let all those kids sign in their national letter of intent, hoping that they could make a quick hire to keep the majority of them in that class. And that is foul on the university powers that be.
Why do you say they knew?
You think all of this just came out in the last week?
I don't know. I just
have a hunch.
You're saying I thought you had read something. You're saying you just have a hunch.
I read something. I read something talking about that the powers that be most likely knew more than 7 days ago that this was going on, and probably knew during the season. Because if this young lady is pregnant, that's been known.
Oh, I didn't know she. I hadn't read the story. I was at church last night working with our youth. So.
I haven't read about it. But enough about that situation. Alabama added a big time recruit.
Go ahead and
get to the phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get Todd, and then we'll come back to this. Todd, how you doing?
I'm doing well, guys. Man, all this chatter, all this noise, what Saban call it, rat poison. It's just a distraction from what's Alabama is fixing to face. You know, DeBoer's not even a second thought. It was probably a laugh, a chuckle when his name was even mentioned, because this is why, guys. Where was College Game Day this past Saturday? They were in Atlanta.
Alabama.
Watching who? Alabama and Georgia. Watching, it was the biggest stage. Why were they not at number 1 and number 2, where, you know, they said that it said that has never happened? 1 and 2 played in that right there. Why were they not at Ohio State and Indiana? Because Alabama and Georgia is the biggest stage in America. And DeBoer is what Martin said it best a while ago. DeBoer is a competitor. He is not going to run from this job. He is running to the storm. He is running to the hard job, because that's where he wants to succeed at. Not tuck tail and run to Penn State, Michigan. I mean, my goodness, guys, this is just a distraction from, you know, what Bama needs to do, what Kirby Smart's doing right now. They need the GATA. And Martin, you know what that stands for. And the reason why Kirby lost that game when we went to Athens the first time this year was because he felt like he was a touchdown better than Alabama and went for it on 4th down. And, you know, Bama stuffed him, which was great. So I believe Bama's 2 touchdowns better than Oklahoma. I believe Bama has the edge over Oklahoma this time because Oklahoma beat them up there last year. They came to Tuscaloosa, which was huge, went out with a lucky W whenever they knew they were a 2-touchdown, you know, worse for team than Bama is today. So, you know, that's just, all this is just noise and distraction, rat poison, getting us away from, you know, the huge task that's at hand, which is go up there and win and keep going, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely it is definitely how it could play out, and Alabama has all the potential in the world to do that. There's a lot of things that still need to fall in place: health of this team, play calling, decision making, and just finishing, because that's been Alabama's Achilles heel the last few years, finishing down the stretch.
Guys, I got one more question for you guys. Is the twos, is Bama's number twos? What's the gap between ones and twos right now? Is it as big as what we're seeing, or is it closer than what we think, or maybe it's just inexperience on the field? It just seems like there's a big Grand Canyon between the ones and the twos on Bama right now.
Where do you see that big gap? I guess would be my question.
Well, I'm just saying, with I don't know, like the running backs, guys. Martin, you were a running back. It seems like the running backs were running with their chest straight up in the air like a daggum deer waiting to get hit by a car. I'm thinking, man, it seems like they weren't running with authority this past game. I don't know. They were standing straight up. They were protecting the ball good. But it's like they were just humongous
They didn't have
targets,
a lane
man.
to run.
I don't know, man. It just
they only had 7.
I know, but when there was a lane,
no, they only had 7 touches.
I know, but when there was
Daniel was hurt, and he has. I mean, if I went through the war injuries that don't make it, remember, if they're not questionable, they're not on that list. But I don't think there was a player on Alabama's field that was healthy other than Formby on the offense and Horton. Ryan, I think, may be well now. I think they're actually closer. What I think, Todd, is we just have a lot of injuries, and it's hard to practice and get continuity when you're having twos having to practice with ones, and not everybody. You know what I mean? Like your ones aren't getting to work together, and then the twos are trying to work in, and then you don't know who's going to play until Wednesday. I think Alabama's been banged up more than we realize. Not making an excuse, because banged up or not, if you step out on the field, let's perform.
Yeah, and when you look at the running backs, 7 combined rush attempts.
I don't think you can make a judgment from that.
Yeah, I mean, running backs, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Running backs have to get into a flow and rhythm of a game, and you're not going to do that running the ball. Daniel Hill ran the ball the first 2 plays of the game. He ran the ball 2 more times the entire game. You're just not going to be successful that way. We appreciate the call, though. Todd, before we get to break, I do want to hit the recruiting, because it's two big names. Bama did land another couple commits for the 2026 class.
And that's why DeBoer keeps getting mentioned.
Right. And that is offensive lineman Bryson Cooley out of West Jones in Mississippi, 6'6", 315 pounds. He's a tackle, 201st player in the country. Big get. Bama did lose a running back commit last week on signing day. Xavier Barnett turned around. A couple days later, we were able to get Trayshawn Brown out of Huntsville, Texas, 5'10", 190, an explosive running back. I think that's going to be good for the depth of the running back room, especially because we lose Jam, we lose Washington, and Richie Young is most likely in the transfer portal. And then in the 2027 class, Alabama lands a 6'7", 235-pound tight end, Colt Lumpris, out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey. He likes his tight ends tall and athletic, and that's what you see When you look at Caleb Edwards, Marshall Pritchett, and Max Sutter, who's 6'5", in this 26 class, and now Colt Lumpris in the 27 class, coming in at a staggering 6'7".
Yeah, X. Jacob Powell said, "I don't know how DeBoer is able to recruit the great running backs we got for next year with the running game we have. How do you sell the upside when we run like we have? You sell them that it's the running back fault. you sell them that that there'll be a deer sighting next year. You sell that if we had more backs with more vision, backs with more speed, backs with this, you sell them on whatever their skill set is, that you don't have that in abundance in the running back room. And I think some of that's true.
And if you look at it, every running back we have has a different, like when you talk about what their strength is, none of them are the same.
Yeah.
Daniel Hill and Kevin Riley and AK Deer, who will most likely all three be back next year, all their strengths are all different from each other's. EJ Crowell, a different strength. Brown, a different strength.
And I think having two different strengths is what you need, because I think you need a thunder and a lightning. I think you need a guy that can pound. I think you need a guy that can take it to the house. If you can find that in both in one, and I think Deer is kind of the combination.
Deer and Crowell are the best two of.
I think Riley is over here on the speed side. Hill is here on the pound side. I think Crowell and Deer, and I think that's probably going to be your top two guys next year. It'll be interesting. Is Crowell going to enroll? Because that dude is leaving school. He really should be.
He's 16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He really, if he enrolls early, he really is a year and a half ahead. I mean, of when he would traditionally have enrolled.
To put it in perspective, he's doing what Ryan did a semester early.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, he'll be 16 when he steps out on the field. I think you could see a battle. I think there could be a whole renovation of Alabama.
I think next year, and this could be crazy. I like all of Alabama's running backs because I do think they bring something different. I think you will see potentially Daniel. And it's crazy to say because I really like Daniel Hill. I think he could end up potentially being the odd man out because I think Deer and Crowell can be enough power to replace him. And then I don't know if either one of those guys are as good out of the backfield catching the ball as we saw Kevin Riley early.
We're getting way ahead, and we can talk about it more. But I think Hill's going to have his spot as a power guy, or they're going to have the other young guys are going to have to learn how to block if we're going to pass the ball as much. So that's the only way they're going to have to supplant him because they can block. If they can block, that's going to be your 1-2 guys, Deer and Crowell. I think your third down guy is going to be Hill. I think Riley may end up in a slot.
Really?
I just don't see you keeping that guy off the field with what we saw. You saw a fifth-string guy become one of your top producers. I think he somehow I think they figure out how to get him on the field and not just as the third or fourth running back. I could be wrong. I don't know. It'd be a good problem to have this time next year. The question I have, and we're not going to address it today, X, is I think there's going to be some changes on this coaching staff. And somebody's name we have not mentioned is the running back coach. Is the running back coach part of the problem with the run game? I don't know. I'm saying you blame the O-line, you blame the play caller, you blame, the only guy that we haven't thrown under the bus on the offensive side of the ball is going to be the head coach at Oregon State.
Yeah.
And we haven't
So-
done the tight end. We haven't done him either. And Alabama's tight ends, considering what he's had, he's done a good job. So that's some of the conversation that we can have. We can talk about the coaches tomorrow. I think there's going to be some changes.
I do too.
I think DeBoer made a decision that it was less disruptive to get rid of guys, change guys as this season went along than it was to kind of try to make it through. And I also like you don't want your team falling apart at the end of the year, but maybe Grubb came down from the booth so he could keep an eye on all these coaches. Maybe it had nothing to do with the players. Maybe he was trying to bring some continuity there. Super Joe, you're in with Martin and Xavier. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on? How you feeling, Martin? How you feeling, Marty Marr?
We're doing good, man.
Hey, let me ask you something. Hey, how many players you think we're probably going to get back for when we start? How many players do you think we'll have ready, healthy enough to play?
The only two that I think, the LT thing may be more serious than we think, and I'm not going to say anything on here about specifics, but LTs may be more serious than what we've heard in South there. So be in prayer for that young man. Number two, I think Cuevas is back. I'm not sure about Jam Miller. And then I think everybody else is just a rest type of injury. And I think this week, next week will be the first time in quite a while that Alabama will be as healthy as they are starting Sunday. There's still some guys that's going to be playing injured and hurt, including our quarterback. So
yeah, okay, well, that's what I really need to know. Plus, do y'all what y'all hearing so much about the preparation for practice going into the playoffs?
I guess during this week, I think they're just trying to get healthy. I think they're working on what they do well versus a whole lot of you can peak too early in game preparation. So I think it's probably a combination of trying to get everybody healthy. It's a mash unit over there right now. So I haven't really followed that much on what they're doing. Thanks, Super Joe. Appreciate that. But I think Alabama will be a healthier team than they've been in several weeks, X.
Oh, I definitely agree. I mean, you got the guys that have been ruled out for the season that are going to be out for the season. As far as guys that got hurt down the stretch, it really seems like the running back room is still just going to be the biggest question mark. Do you get Jam back? Kevin's still going to be out. Kevin might make it back for the next game with his injury, but we have to win. But he would be back for the New Year's Day Bowl or potentially. Other than that, you kind of you hope in the situation with LT, you hope it isn't what's been reported or it is able to get taken care of. Cam will be healthy, Parker will be healthy, and that'll be good for the offensive line. So you want those things for that continuity to get back to normal.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have a free-for-all Friday, so we'll pick up some of these comments as well. Jacob Powell, I'll respond. I typed it in, but he said, I just don't think 7 touches in the offensive scheme is I think just 7 touches in the offensive scheme is a bad selling point. Once again, you just sell that it's the running back room's fault. What could they say? You can show film that AK Deer was not ready to block. You can show film that AK Deer busted a play. You can show film that Daniel Hill missed the hole. Like all of that, the things that I just mentioned all happened Saturday. And I can go back to every game and show things like that, Jacob. So I think not trashing your room, it's just saying, hey, they're not ready, and next year's going to be wide open.
Hey, you can come feel this hole. You can come feel this need. Yeah. You can. That's how you do it. That's how you sell to younger guys. That's how you sell to young guys at every position.
Yeah. Yeah. And you sell that they can get on the field if they compete, not guarantee them, tell them they can win it. So, but hey, we'll pick back up tomorrow. This is Mark. I'm Martin Houston. That's Xavier Houston. Chase Brumfield pressing all the right buttons. Thanks to all the callers, viewers, chatters, and all of you maniacs online and phone lines for being a part of the program. Remember this: trust in the Lord always, lean not your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. This has been the Harvest Church 2-minute warning as we wrap up this edition of the show. We'll be back tomorrow. Roll Tide, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.